Hi everyone.
जाओ बेटा बाहर जाओ. Hello sir.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes sir.
Are you guys able to see my screen? That's good. Feel free, because you are live on YouTube. So if you like to keep your, can you guys see my screen? Just give me one moment.
Yes sir.
Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good. Feel free, because you are. All right, let me see if we have some more people waiting. So,
Hello, sir.
how are you?
Good, thank you, sir.
I'll
How are
wait
you?
for just one more minute if there is anyone who is willing to come, and then we'll get started. All right. Do you have any questions before we start this class?
Sir, I have.
You have a question? Yes, please ask.
What's related to this module and everything? Is anything else like Prabdeep have exam today or?
Oh, yeah. So she has exam. She is actually, probably she might have completed already.
Morning shed or evening?
I think she had exam today. I won't be specific, but yes, she had exam today.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question with anyone? Kuldeep, you have sent me request to join at three different places. Don't use everything. Don't use like 3, 4, 5 devices to connect. Otherwise, now you're sending a request again. So I'm not sure that why it is happening. Hope we will be able to see you soon. It shows that she keeps sending me requests. Kuldeep, what is the problem with you? Kuldeep, can you? Maybe not here yet. That's all right. That's okay. All right, guys. Hope today's class is going to be very interesting, and we are going to clear some doubts in reading module, mainly reading fill in the blanks. Okay. So, Jack, your exam is also approaching. You haven't done any mock test as yet. Jack, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You haven't done any mock test.
No, I have to because I work at all the. We are working 15 hours by day now, and every day I haven't the time. I hope to have the Sunday free to do the test.
Yep.
I hope so. So thanks for you send me the mock test, but yeah.
Sir,
Yep.
I want also mock test.
Yep. Your time is also coming. I'm going to send some of those details soon to you guys.
Okay. It's just maybe 3 weeks. Remain.
Yeah. That's the right time. So 2 or 3 weeks before.
I have fair later something, but happens. I'm a little bit nervous.
So is everyone. It's okay to be nervous. Let me see. Let me solve the issue with one of the student, and then we'll get going with this class. You have someone. That's good. All right. So I hope we have most of the people who would join me today. I have another one. Okay, so we should get started. Are you guys able to see my screen still?
Yes.
That's good. All right. So today we are going to have a look at the reading module, fill in the blanks, drag and drop. Okay. So some of you who are watching us live on YouTube, please Feel free to make an
I have
account
one.
as a guest user in our portal.
ના વાંધો નહીં હું તમને ફોન કરું પછી.
So Endeavor PTE, endeavorstudy.com.au, make a guest login, and from there you will be able to access some parts of our portal. Potentially you'll be able to solve some real exam questions with some reasoning and some of our templates and things like that. So I hope that will help you. Also, if you like to enroll in one of our course, feel free to give us a call and we can discuss the best possible option for you. Okay, so I'll start with this slide first, your reading module, because it is important to know where to spend more time in PTE. So we cannot give equal, because there are 20 different question types spread across 4 modules. You should exactly know what score you are chasing and what score you are targeting. On the basis of that, you should divide your time and you should put right emphasis or enough energy into the question types which are more important or can get you more score. So in reading module, we have 5 question types: multiple choice, choose single answers; multiple choice, choose multiple answers. Then we have reorder paragraph, and then we have reading blanks, the ones which we are going to cover today. And then we have reading and writing, fill in the blanks, which these type of blanks, they give you score for reading as well as for writing. But the blanks we are going to cover today, they only give you score for reading. We also call them drag and drop. Now, the reading module contributes approximately 48 to 50 points out of 90, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes maybe a little bit more, but somewhere around that, anything between 45 to 50 marks, points out of 90 reading score. And then out of that, if you are able to get, for the people who are chasing 65 each, you should get at least 35 coming from the reading module. So that will make sure that you'll get at least 70 plus or 65 plus score. Okay. Now, next one is your, let me check one of the students, she's still having problem. Okay, let me check. Someone has asked me to join.
Yeah. Sorry, Mohinder, I'm Jack.
Yeah.
I had another time the same problem logging in the portal.
You are having problem logging into the portal?
Yes, it's telling me always your account is already logged in.
So if your account is already logged in, you might have used from some other portal. So you must click the login. There is a button coming, log out from all computers, and then that should let you log in again. Yeah. So you should.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's a small red button coming that you should log out.
Thank you.
Log out from all devices. So we have put recently this check on the system that you are not logged in from any devices at the same time. Okay. All right, let's get going with this class. I'm going to mute you all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, please. Okay. You have to unmute and then ask question if you have any. So now, as we were talking that if you get 65, if you want to achieve 65 plus score in reading module, make sure that out of these 48 to 50 points coming from reading module towards your reading 90 score, you have to get at least 30 to 35 marks, minimum 30. And if you do reasonably well in other modules, so other modules which are scoring you for reading module are speaking. In speaking, mainly read aloud in speaking, as I have mentioned here. So 35 to 40 points will come from other modules in reading other than reading module. So major chunk comes from your speaking, in which you have read aloud, and then 2 to 3 points, they will come from maximum 4 points. They will come from summarize written text. And then you will have points coming from highlight correct summary here, and then highlight incorrect words. So highlight correct summary 1.5 to 1 mark, highlight incorrect words are potentially 8 to 10 marks. So spread across, say 25 to 28, 2-3 of them, 2-3 from here, 1 or 2 from here, and you have 8 to 10 from here. So total 40 to 40 marks in reading will come from other points, other modules other than reading module. So for the people who are going for 79 plus score, make sure that out of these reading module question types, which the score coming from here, which is approximately 48 to 50 points, you must make sure that you get at least 42 from here. So the margin for error is really tight for the reading module, but as you and out of those 48 to 50 points coming from reading module, you have approximately 40 points, 42, 43 points just in here. You only have 3 or 4 points coming from these two types of MCQs, right? So you have more marks in reorder paragraphs and fill in the blanks. And the reorder paragraphs has approximately 8 to 10 marks, and then fill in the blanks, these ones anything between 15 to 18, and these fill in the blanks, you will have approximately 20 to 22 marks out of that 48 to 50. So you need to spend more time on these question types. Okay, reorder paragraph and 2 types of blanks. Is that clear? Any question from here? From this slide? Any question from this slide, please? Okay, that's okay. So let's move on. Let's move on. I'll switch to next slide.
Sir, in which topic should we spend more time?
So this is why Manmeet, you came late in the class. We were just discussing the same thing here. So in reading module, we have a total 48 to 50 points in a reading coming from reading module question types, which are these question types, 5 question types. Out of that, you have 42 to 45 marks just in these 3 question types. Multiple choice, choose multiple answer, and single answer, they carry less weightage. Yeah, does that answer your question?
Okay, sir, thank you.
Great. So we are going to look at these blanks today. Okay, more or less the strategies for both the blanks are more or less the same, but we will be centered around these blanks today. So you will have approximately in the exam 4 to 5 questions of them. You will have a paragraph, and in the paragraphs there would be few blanks, and you will have the options in the bottom. You have to drag the right blank into the right place. You have more options than the number of blanks in these, right? So we're going to discuss the strategies. We are going to spend a lot of time on doing practice. I intend to cover at least 25 questions today from our portal. So some of people who are watching us live on YouTube, feel free to make an account. Feel free to visit our website, endeavorstudy.com.au, and you just visit the guest login tab, and you can create a guest user account, and you will be able to see some of our questions with reasoning and some of our templates and things like that. Okay. And the students who are enrolled with us, you already have full access to this portal. I want everyone to complete all the reading question types before your next exam, because in PT there are there are questions which keep repeating. So you'll be lucky if you get some question types which are repeated. You feel confident solving them. Although we want to prepare you for every question they throw at you. If you have the right strategies in place, you will be able to solve any given question under exam conditions after hard work. Okay. All right. So now from here, if you look at, just give me 1 moment. I may have to take this call.
सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा मुझे.
So sorry guys, it was just a call. One of the students is having trouble logging in. So now when we are solving fill in the blanks, we need to keep in mind three things. Look, if you don't understand what you are reading, it is going to be so hard for you. So I would recommend everyone to read something every day, develop your comprehension, read something in English, expose yourself to as much as English as you can, so that you start recognizing the common words used in day-to-day talk, common words used in academic writing, depending on what you want to mean. So context is very, very important. So understanding context is very important. So for that, you can quickly skim the text, and that will give you a bit of idea what they may be talking about in this passage, right? So that does help. And then second is parts of speech, very, very important to understand the parts of speech. If you know the parts of speech, you will be able to sort of narrow down your choices in terms of the blanks. Okay, very important to understand, to have a knowledge of the parts of speech. For example, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, conjunctions. Now, I would not drag you into the complications of the grammar, as long as you are able to understand the context and you are able to pick the right blank every time with accuracy. There's no, there's nothing like that. You have to learn the grammar for that. But for the people who are really, really struggling, paying attention to those tiny clues coming from grammar, that helps you to build, to narrow down your options and, to get to the right answer with the reasonable accuracy. Okay. Collocations, third thing is collocations, very important. So collocations means you have to recognize the words which may come next to each other more frequently than other words. Something like, put it like this. So for native speaker, those words next to each other or within the same sentence, they make more sense. So right word at the right place, right? Word choice. So very, very important to understand collocations. Now Pearson has released a list of like a PDF of many pages for the collocations, and I've given you that link there. If you like, you can just Google Pearson's PT academic collocation list, and you can download that for free. But I've given you a link there as well. If you want, you can type into your browser and you can directly download that. This is also available in our closed Facebook group, which is Endeavor PT study group. So you can also download it from there. Now, we need to basically, in reading, if you don't read every day, then that means you will really be very weak in comprehension. If you're weak in comprehension, it will be difficult for you to sort of push you through to the reading module, because we need a reasonable comprehension in your reorder paragraph and both kind of blanks. So I have listed some resources, for free resources for reading. So one of my favorite one is sciencedaily.com. So you can access many different articles of different subjects coming from humanity to economics to global warming to science and things like that. Feel free to read something every day, from your phone or wherever you get opportunity to, so that you start recognizing the words, you start recognizing the sentence structure, how the sentences are written, depending on what the author wants to, what the message author wants to convey. Another one, you can easily, you can simply use Wikipedia as well. I mean, if you come across a word which you don't know what this word is, just go, search in Wikipedia. You can read few lines about that topic, and you also get knowledge, and you also improve your English. Obviously, you have to read in English if you're looking to improve English. And then TED.com is a good resource for listening. Most academic lectures, pioneers of different fields, they talk about their research and their things here. So it is a good resource for listening purpose. Now, 60 Second Science is a really good one for script plus audio. it is helpful for listening as well as for reading. And then ABC24 is a free news channel for Australia. It helps to know about the news, and it will also help you in improving your English listening skills. Now, YouTube, for the basic users, this is a resource, a very simple resource. Bedtime stories for kids for basic learners are really, really helpful. Feel free to visit those sites and free resources and try to spend some time if you're really struggling with your listening and reading skills. Okay, so that I just listed a few resources there for you to cover. Now, for the people who are chasing, who are watching us on online, I would recommend you guys to visit our website, and then you can make guest login from there, and you'll be able to access some of those questions. Now I'm going to show you guys, we are going to straight away jump onto practice, and so that we can solve some real exam questions here. Okay, so let me change the share screen up here. So from here, I'm going to take you guys to browser from here. So you will go to endeavourstudy.com.au. I'll show you the screen here as well, but if you want to make a login from your own side, you can also watch those questions. So I intend to cover questions numbers towards the end today. In a second, I'll give you the specific question numbers. So from here, can you guys see my screen? Yeah, Mandeep, can you see my screen? That's good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's good. So PTE, and then from here, I'm going to go to reading fill in the blanks, and we'll start from 226 today. Okay, 226. Here we go. So I'll give you 2 minutes, and then write your answers in the notebook. And after 2 minutes, we will discuss this question. For the people who are watching us live on YouTube, you can comment your answers in the box, and then we will share the answers towards the end of every question. Okay, good luck. 2 minutes. All right, so I hope most of you will be done. So 2 minutes are over. In the exam, actually, you will get collective time. So there would be total 16 to 18 number of questions. There would be next button, but there won't be any back button. So on an average, you get to spend approximately 2 minutes on one screen. But some questions have a long text, some questions have small text. So it is wise to spend little extra time on the question types which demand more time. But these blanks especially, they are comparatively easy in the exam because the text is small. If you understand the context, you can get to the right answer with reasonable accuracy within short time. So feel free to spend little extra time and little less time depending upon what sort of question you are solving and how long the text is. Okay, so let's discuss this question. Unmute yourself, please, all of you. And then we'll start from Zach. So Zach, what would you like to put in the first blank?
In the first blank, I like to put, I forgot, give me 1 second. Prove.
So what would you like?
Prove.
Yep, so can prove. Yep, that makes sense. Has everyone got prove?
Yes.
Is there anyone who got a different answer? Is there anyone who has got different answer? Most of you got prove. So prove is the right answer because here you need a verb. You need a verb, and if you look at prove, that makes sense in that context. So prove is the right answer in the first one. Okay. Second, I would like to ask Hitesh, what did you get in second?
Identify.
Identify. Why do you need identify there?
DNA can help the police to identify an individual because police want to identify individual, crack a case.
Yeah, so that's right. That's
But why, why can't we put recognize?
Please unmute yourself. If noisy, please. Please mute yourself if your background is noisy. Yep. So Mandeep, yes, what was your question?
Sir, I put like recognize. Like why we can't put recognize?
Okay. So all right. So basically, when we talk of police and in that context, we are talking of criminals. We don't recognize them. Recognize is a positive thing. Here we are talking of identification, identifying someone.
Right, sir. Right. I understand.
It's just the context. It's just the context. Grammatically, recognize is also correct, but not right in the context.
Right, sir.
Yeah, not like right in the context. The only issue is that it's not correct in the context. Okay. Any other question? Anyone else? So first one was prove, second one was identify, and third one?
The reserve.
Reserve. So third one, who got a reserve?
I got.
Yeah.
Mandeep, sir.
Sunita, what did you get in the third blank?
Reserve.
Yep. So reserve is the next one, and the last one is
The samples.
So we are samples. So raise hands. Ivy, how many did you get correct?
1, 2. I got 1 wrong.
Okay.
3.
We got 1 wrong. Which one?
An institute in London can help recognize.
Yeah.
The third.
So it's not recognize. Can help. It's not recognize. Can help.
Yeah.
So what was that? You are okay with the right answer now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, can you please explain reserve?
Right. So here we are talking of reserve, means they sort of reserve it. They sort of save it so that later they can use it for.
Now I have understood. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Got it.
So if there was a like reserve and preserve, more or less the same words, but here they have used a reserve. It is just the author's choice that the author chose a reserve. So what Pearson does, they bring these paragraph or passages from open resources. That's why most of the questions in PT, they can also be found in open resources. And that's where the real exam question thing comes from. And then from there, they will just create some blanks. That's it. That's pretty much what they do. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So who got Manmeet? How many you got? How many you got correct, Manmeet? Shani, how many did you get correct? Shani?
I got 3 correct. I
Yeah.
got the same answer. Recognize incorrect.
Yeah. And then Lucia, how many did you get correct? Lucia, can you hear me? That's all right. Okay, so now Deep, I have another person with Deep. How many did you get correct? Okay, some people are not responding. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to
Two.
Yeah, you got 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is this, Deep? Deep, who are you?
Deepak.
Oh yeah, Deepak, that's good. Deepak, do you understand where you went wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Let's go to the next question, and I'll give you 2 more minutes to solve the next one, please.
Unchallenging or interaction.
Done.
All right, so it's 2 minutes over. Let's discuss this question. Please unmute yourself, everyone. So Deepak, I'll start with you. What is your answer for first blank? Deepak?
Deepak is still on mute.
Okay, that's okay. Susan, is that you?
Can you listen to my voice?
Yeah, so that's okay, Deepak. You lost your chance. Now Susan is in trouble.
Okay.
Okay, it's rewarding.
Rewarding. That's good. Yep. So Deepak, what did you get? Tell me.
Yeah, rewarding. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's good. Ivy, were you all right with that?
Yes.
And Hitesh?
Nah, sir, I write the issues.
What did you write?
Issue.
Why?
Because finding challenging or issue employ क्योंकि in here challenge
There is
challenge
or.
challenge
Leave that out. There is or is a conjunction. If on one side you have ing form, another side you should have ing form too. That's the first.
okay.
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 Or conjunction.
I make sense about this. Here is challenging, so or issues employee can mean a retrain. क्योंकि अगर issue और challenges होगा तो उनको retrain करना पड़ेगा.
Don't assume anything from your side.
Okay, sir.
Pay attention to. Don't just assume in your own world. So
Okay.
here, finding challenging or
Rewarding.
employment may mean. So here your verb is may mean retraining and moving from a stale or boring job in order to find your
Passion.
passion. That should be passion. So Hitesh, did you get that?
Sir, for choosing, they put interest as well.
Yes,
Interest.
I also put interest.
Yeah, I also put interest.
Basically, okay, so
They
if
put
you
interest.
see, you won't say, you don't find your interest, you find your passion, but you are interested in something. That's a different scenario. So why we can't put interest here? Because interest mostly will come with in, interest in, interested in.
Mm.
Yes.
And we find your passion. So
Yeah.
your passion is a more common way of saying. These are the common errors we do. I mean, this is just a word choice error. Okay, so not interest, find your passion.
Yeah.
And last one was, Susan, what was the last one?
Plan.
Plan.
Plan. So first
Yes.
one rewarding, then passion and plan.
Alternate plan.
Correct.
Sir, I got all,
One by one. Mandeep, how many correct out of 3?
sir, all 3 correct.
That's good. Sunita, how many correct?
I was confused about second one, interest or passion. I was not sure, but rest of the correct. I was confused about one.
So you were confused about one. What did
Second one, but now it's clear to me.
Okay, Ruth.
Yeah, I'm also confused there. I wanted to ask, why are you pursuing your passion if you already got your passion?
Yeah, so basically here, so what word did you put here?
Because I put interest, but now you're saying we put passion. I don't mind, but I want to understand why you pursuing, because
So look,
it says
this is
passion and then you say and pursue it. So why are you pursuing your passion instead of your interest?
Of word choice between a native and non-native speaker. So you find your passion rather than interest. So interest mostly will come with interest in or interested in, or interest and in always come with that.
So you think of what? So you think of what you find first before you finish with the sentence that says and pursue it. So if if pursue was starting first, will I put interest?
So, so you would say in order to find your interest in and pursue it. So I would say interest in
something.
With interest.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to find your interest in and pursue it, because interest in is a collocation. That's a verb. So I would say, yeah, that's a collocation, common way of writing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Shani, how many you got correct?
I got 2 correct. I got the same answer incorrect.
Lucia, I think she's still in mute. Some people are still. Lucia, can you hear me? Manmeet, how many correct?
Yes, I have 2.
2 correct.
Yes,
Now,
interest. I also put interest.
Yeah, Jack.
2. I also put interest.
Ivy.
All 3.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Next one. 2 minutes, sharp 2 minutes this time. I'm going to put you guys on mute again. And for the people who are watching me live on YouTube, I would like you guys to comment your answers. Comment your answers here in the comment section, so that in the end we are discussing for every question. So you'll know that how many did you get correct. Mute all, and then next. All right. So 2 minutes over again. Let's discuss this question. Unmute yourself, please. Can everyone hear me? Unmute yourself, please.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, this question type is again going to bring a lot of surprises for you. I'm just telling you in upfront. So Sunita, I'll start with you. First one.
Stellar, the third one.
Stellar. Yep. Why do you think stellar?
Because I find it the right
You
word,
found
so
it right, yeah? Sometimes if you find it right, it is right.
yes, I
Yeah.
feel like it should be there.
But some people will confuse it with solar.
Yeah, me too, sir. Me
Yes, solar is sun.
Solar.
We are talking of galaxies, and we are talking of beyond sun here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing is solar generally does not come with solar systems. It comes with solar system.
And sir, what about huge, like genetic huge system called galaxies now?
Sorry?
Sir, if like I put huge, I know it's wrong, but
Or you put huge.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but stellar is more appropriate because stellar refers to something beyond solar and universal.
Right.
Okay, stellar. Okay. So, second one.
Distant.
The largest.
Largest.
Because it's comparison.
Comparison, yep.
It's a comparison.
I got it.
I think for the comparison, there should become larger, not largest.
Okay, where?
Largest is correct.
Yeah, because there is
It's one of the two.
Yeah.
So it's largest.
The two largest.
Okay, sorry.
If it says one of one, then it will be larger.
Sorry, if you compare between two, second degree superlative, but if you compare between one and the rest, one of the two, so it is rest are two here and one of the two largest. That is a common way of saying one of the biggest. Yeah, this is how we say common common expression. This is how we say. For example, Sydney is one of the biggest cities of Australia. You never say Sydney is one of the bigger cities. No. Manmeet, got my point?
Yes.
Yeah. Deep?
Yes, sir.
Deep?
Yeah. It's located.
That's one. Next one is located. So that was fourth.
No.
How about number three?
Stretches.
How about number three?
Huge.
The third
Huge.
one.
No,
Stretches.
it should be with
Huge.
SAES.
So it is
Yes. Sketch. I think sketch.
what? Stretches.
Stretches.
Stretch means spread from one place to another.
Yeah.
So it stretches. So if you look at here, they are saying, so, and then the system is in the local group of two dozen of also galaxies. The other is the Andromeda galaxy. It stretches more than 100,000 light years. Stretches means big or spread across. Okay, you cannot put sketches there. It is stretch. Yeah.
Yeah.
You needed one with the form of EG, S form.
SAES, yeah.
Yes, S.
Universal fact, present indefinite. So it stretches. Okay, and it is next one is located.
Located, yep.
Here's distant from us. Distant.
Distant, yep.
Distant.
With a T, distant.
That's
Yeah.
right, with the T.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good. Very
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
So five of them. Who got all correct?
Me.
Yeah, that's good. So these are all exam questions. You need to make sure that you make maximum out of this. You make a maximum out of this. You know the answers of these questions, and you solve them before most of them before your exam. So there is likely possibility you may get 1, 2, or sometimes even 3 of them in your exam. Okay.
Yes.
You all understand the meaning?
What happens?
Sorry.
What happens if I've gotten the two wrongs, the solar and Stella?
if you get out of 5, if you get 2 wrong, and if you're consistent, so that means your accuracy is somewhere above 55 or 60%. If you're chasing a score of 65 plus, I would rather like to have accuracy percentage in fill in the blanks at least 65 or 70% minimum.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that means you may put a lot of pressure just on reading module in that case. And then the reorder paragraph is always tricky. So maximum you should you should try to get maximum out of your fill in the blanks. And with the severe practice and with the consistent practice, you definitely can try to understand the gist of these questions, and try to get them correct as much as as much as possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Should we go to the next question? Hitesh, how many did you get correct?
1, sir.
See, it was difficult, right? So why did you get confused?
I confused in first one because I wrote.
I confused in first one. I got confused. So you always get confused. Use a verb.
Okay.
Not I confused in first one. I get confused in.
I get confused. I get confused in first one. Solar. I wrote solar.
Yes. And there was a simple catch there. If you don't.
Yeah. But second one is right.
Your second one was right.
Yeah, because 2 largest system in local group.
And then third,
easy one.
Yep. So
yeah.
All right. Next one. I'm going to put you on mute, and we are going to cover next question.
Next question.
Haven't I given you? Oh, sorry.
Why does it have 2 interiors there?
Sorry?
The answers there are 2 interior.
Oh, yeah, somehow. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you must be all done. It's almost 2 minutes. Let's discuss. Unmute yourself, please. So first of all, I would like to ask Jack. Okay. Jack, what would you put in the first one?
Experiences.
That's good. Yep. The right one, experiences. Second one, Hitesh. Second blank, Hitesh.
Explodes.
Would lava explore something? I'm just asking you.
Yes.
Just ask. They are saying Earth's surface. Explore is used for people. People explore and things.
Okay.
It has plus third form.
Covered.
It has to be covered. Lava, what would lava do? A molten thing that comes out of earth when there is a volcano eruption.
Sorry.
Or there is a volcanic eruption. The lava covers the earth. Lava does not go and explore the earth. People go and explore the earth. Yeah. So keep in mind what's going on in the passage.
And also it has S in front, so we must know that it will have ed at the end, so we can find a word there.
That's right.
Because of
That
eruption.
that as well. So not explodes. If that was that has exploded, you need after has you need ed form. That's another. Hitesh?
Yes, sir.
You got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's good. Next one is last one is I'm going to ask from Lucia. Lucia, can you hear me? I think she's still mute. Manmeet, what do you say? Last one.
Interior.
Yep. I would agree. I don't know.
That was guesswork for me too.
Eruptions. What sort of eruptions you could have?
I put interior.
Yeah.
I
Only
put
one word left,
submarine.
interior.
Why not submarine?
Submarine
Because
doesn't make
submarines
sense.
are not stable for it.
Yeah, so
Water.
submarine. So right answer is submarine, not interior.
Why?
I put submarine, but I was doing guesswork.
Don't do guesswork. I know that there were two options there. Interior. It won't happen in the exam. It is just the mistake in uploading the question. I'm going to so it would be submarine.
Why? Because I don't know.
Submarine eruptions, which are much more expensive than those on the land surface. Do you know that?
Yeah, and then submarine is like in the sea, something like that, but
Read in depth.
I put it because it makes sense.
These blanks are depth.
Answer was in last line.
Okay. See,
Okay.
read until the last line. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it can change the word choice if you understand it. If you understand it, okay.
I put submarine, but then I decided to change it because I was
always go with the
Me too, Susan. I put it because it makes sense, the sentence.
So it makes sense. Sometimes the word choice, the collocation seems to be fitting, but it does not fit in the context. It has to collocate, but context is the first thing, depending on what message the author wants to convey by writing those lines. Keep in mind context. Okay, should we move further?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Put you all mute again.
Yep.
Some of you may be done, but we'll just discuss that. Let everyone finish, please. All right, here we go. Let's discuss this. Unmute yourself, please, when you want to discuss or want to ask anything? I have everyone muted. So Susan, what? Let me say, not you, Susan. Ruth, what would you put in the first one? Ruth, what would you put in the first one? Ruth, can you unmute yourself, please? Yep.
She's not there.
She's not there. She's still mute. Okay, so I have Susan. You are unmuted. So let's go for the first one, Susan.
I had excellence.
Yep, excellence is the right one. Yep. Sunita, what do you think about excellence?
Yes, it's making a sense here.
Making sense here. That's good. Ivy, what do you think?
Yes, makes sense.
That's good. Hitesh?
Excellence.
Yep, that's good. So excellence, say achieves excellence. So you basically need here noun, and excellence is a noun. Jack, what would you put in the next blank?
The next one, accelerate.
Accelerate. That's good.
Accelerate. Yep.
Third one is collaborative.
Yes. Collaborative. Yep.
Collaborative.
The third one. So excellence, accelerate, and collaborative in the third one.
Yep.
Sir, could you please explain second one?
Sorry?
Second one.
Yeah, second one, accelerate. So it says science disciplines to accelerate breakthroughs and discoveries. If you definitely need first form of verb.
First form after two, yeah.
After two,
Yeah, verb. Two.
and
Yeah.
there is no other word. There is no other word that fits in here.
Yeah.
You need verb and you need first form.
Okay.
Because whenever you have two, after that you need verb form. That's in the modifier part. Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Muting and then moving to the next question. So we have some people here who are watching us live. Please keep following the answers because we are discussing every answer. I know some of you are, for example, Sonia, Kuldeep, you're posting answers here, but we are also discussing the answers in the end of every question. So, tentatively score yourself how many answers you're getting correct. Okay. here we go. So first one is, who is going to take chance this time?
So it's very easy.
It's very easy. Why is that?
Because because gentle is starting with capital letter as well. So when the line starts.
So it should be, yeah. So that's gentle or fierce. That's good. Next is Susan.
Cold.
Next one is?
I put cold.
Cold.
Is it wrong?
Is there any other contender apart from cold?
Yeah, I put among the entire.
Okay, you put entire.
I think it's hot.
Why do you think it is hot, Jack?
Because the air.
So hot air spot warms up and rises. So hot air always rise.
But why does it say spot warms? Because it's hot air is already like
So the air among the
but for warming up, have to eat something hot.
Air among the hot spot, whatever the hot spots are, air warms up. Susan, reread that. The air among the hot spot.
Spot. I did put hot at first, and then but when we are looking at collocation, I saw warms up and rises, and I'm thinking, okay, why does it have to warm
here
up again?
The collocation, you have to find collocation with spot.
Okay, that makes sense.
The air among the hot spot warms up and rises. So here the verb is warms up and rises. Here the collocation is in the subject part. So here spot is the noun and you need hot. What is spot? Hot spot. That hot spot is acting as a noun phrase here, in which you have hot acting as adjective. Not entire spot warms up.
Okay.
You all understand? It is it's kind of tricky. That is why we are discussing this. Next one, the cold air drops because it is
heavy.
Cold air is heavy. So it was a little bit of knowledge based as well. If some people have knowledge that cold air is heavy and warm air is light, so it helps you to identify that. Some wind circulates within a small area. Others will blow in the
Entire
globe.
The next one was entire. So first one is gentle, second one is hot, third one is heavy, fourth one is entire globe. Who got all correct?
Not me.
Me?
I got all correct.
You got all correct? That's good.
Who's that?
Who's that? That's Sunita.
Good, Sunita.
Sunita, I think she was.
No, it's not me, sir.
No, it's me, Shani.
Who was this? Who's this? Sunita, you're taking someone else's credit.
Credit. No, sir. That's how.
Was it Sani?
Yes, sir.
Sani, well done. Good job. So Ruth, what did you do? How many you got correct?
4.
4? So that means you get all correct.
No. 3. Sorry, 3.
Okay. Lucia, I can't talk to you for some reason. You seem to be muted and somehow you are. I'm not sure whether you're listening to us or not. Okay. How about Jack?
Yeah, I got all correct.
Yeah. Ivy?
Good.
3.
Jack, when is your exam?
The 2nd of June.
Must do the mock test. Yeah?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Full feedback. Hitesh, how many did you get correct?
2, sir, 2.
Okay, keep working with me. All right, I'm going to meet you all, and next question, please. So let's discuss this question. 2 minutes over. So let's start from Hitesh this time.
Sir, postponing.
So first one, why would you put postponing?
Because the article makes, that means makes is after we have to choose the singular one, and here all are not singular, just postponing singular and sense is singular.
What do you mean you need to choose singular? Why would you need to choose singular here?
Because makes yes from before.
Make it subject. Subject is singular. This article. The verb does not agree. So in background, so that's your explanation is obviously, if your explanation is wrong, your answer is also wrong. So here you need object.
Yeah. So the like
Comparison.
comparison. Yeah.
Comparisons. So you make a comparisons. That comparisons collocate with this. So this article makes a comparison. This is a common. This is why they have given it. Subject never agrees with the verb. Only in the case, verb never agrees with the object part. So subject agrees with the verb only. Only in the case where you are putting yourself there as a subject. In that case, your verb agrees with the object part. For example, there are many reasons. So your R will agree with the reasons. If that is plural, you are going to there are. But there is a reason. So if you say A, then it has to be reason. So is for reason. In that, if you put it from your own side, only in that case, it will agree with the object, your verb. But apart from that, subject will always agree with the verb. So here subject is this article and makes. So Hitesh, you are trying to use some sort of strategy, but you are using in a way, especially in this case. Comparison. We try to make a comparison.
Okay.
I'm going to mute you because your background is very noisy. It's bothering other people too. All right. Okay. Next one is Susan. What would you put next blank?
Is that the second one?
Yep.
Changing age. I put gaps. I had patterns and gaps, but I decided to go with gaps.
That feeling, age patterns. Not gaps.
Okay.
It's not about age gap. They're talking age patterns of fertility.
Okay, makes sense.
Age patterns of fertility.
Yeah.
Okay. Whosoever is very. Who else is very noisy? Let me find out who is noisy. I can't find out though. Okay. So first, second one is
Patterns.
Patterns. So
Okay.
Mandeep, how do we say that? Patterns. Not
Patterns.
Pattern.
Okay, right, sir.
Pattern.
Right.
Patterns.
Okay. Women are. What is third one, Jack?
Third one is postponing.
Postponing. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I put as well.
That's how we pronounce this. Not postponing. So more stress on postponing. Okay. That's pretty good. Lucia, what would be the next one? Thank God you have joined and we can hear you.
Yeah.
What would you put in the last one? Have you solved it? If you haven't solved it, then I won't ask. Then you can join us next time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just reading through now.
Ivy, next
Sorry.
one. Last one.
Gaps.
So first of all, not gaps. We call gaps. Gaps. But it's not gaps. It is associations.
Yeah.
Why? Because look in the end. So women's education levels and rates of employment with fertility are also explored, whether they are associated with each other.
Together. Yep. Yeah. Both of them together.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it, Ruth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very carefully. So first one is comparison. Second one is patterns. Third one is postponing. And fourth one is association. Okay.
Yeah.
Good work, guys. Let's go. Let's go next one. Muting you all again. If you guys are done, we can discuss. Who are we done? All of you?
Yes.
Okay. So first one, Deepak.
Unique.
Unique. Just give me one moment. First one is a unique. That's right. Yep. Unique fits in well. Unique story collocates. That's that fits in well. Next, Susan, what do you put in the next blank?
Sorry, who?
In the second blank.
Is it for for me?
Yes, Susan. Yeah. For you.
Okay. Sorry. I put deserves.
Deserves. Not deserves. Deserves.
Deserves.
Not deserve. Deserves.
Deserves.
Deserves. Third one.
Pardon?
Third, Sunny. Third, number 3.
Embarrassed.
Yep.
Embarrassed. Yep. Embarrassed.
Yep.
Okay. Now, Hitesh.
Sir. Yes, sir.
First blank.
All of them right, sir. This time.
Yeah.
Good.
I have a question.
Heidi. Heidi.
Yes.
How many?
3.
Someone has. Can't figure out who. Now I figure out. So, Ivy, how many?
3.
3. That's good.
Yeah.
All correct. Ruth?
3. But I have a question.
Definitely go for it. I love questions.
So I did realize that someone was finished so quickly. So I wanted to ask, is it possible to just like skim through when you're doing your exam? Because like there are 3 gaps here, and instead of reading the whole thing, is it possible to come and just, fill at the end?
So probably if you don't read the whole passage, it is so you have to skim the part where you don't have the blanks, but the sentence which contains the blank you should read more carefully, but never leave any line without reading, because the context may change in that line even if that line does not contain any gap. This is a common mistake people do. So they think that you just look at the blank and then you'll be fine. Too much of risk. If you're going for 65 each, it's fine, but for 79 each, the margin for error is only 8 to 10. So you don't want to miss any single point here. And most of that, you have to keep that margin for error in reading module. We assume that you're going to get 90 in speaking, so that you get maximum coming from your speaking, from your read aloud towards your reading. And you don't make any mistake in summarize written text, highlight correct summary, and highlight incorrect words, other 3 question types. And you have to keep that gap of that buffer of 10 to 11 marks. That you should keep that for only for reading. make sure that you read everything carefully. Yep. But because some questions are small, have small text, some have long text, in the exam, it will level out. In terms of, there are 16 to 18 questions, and you'll get anything between 32 to 41 minutes, depending upon how long each question type is, how long each question is, and the prompt especially. So in the exam, yes, it levels out, but you still have to progress consistently. It is wise enough to, it is wise to spend little extra time at some questions with long prompt, so that you're not missing that critical information and getting any answer wrong if you were to read properly and got it correct. Otherwise, you know, so every student is different. Especially some people were done in this in like you know, there were 46 seconds to spare, which is okay. 1.2 minute or 1.3 minutes, it's fine. Yeah, but other people may take a little longer. So everyone is different. Yeah, and remember in MCQs. So what I recommend, either you do them or you don't do them. You don't do them. So if you don't do them, for example, if you don't do single answer, there are only 1 mark in total contributing 90, but you potentially can spend 3 or 4 minutes there. So rather than putting time in MCQ single answer and multiple answer, especially in those questions, if you have to do them properly, you may end up spending at least 5 or 6 minutes on them, and you're only going for 2 or 3 marks. But in one screen of blanks, you have 5 or 4 marks, as many as number of blanks are there. And if you just spend 2 minutes in there, you know, I would rather recommend people to spend less time on MCQs and more time here. But in MCQs as well, if you spend time, then you apply the strategy. But if you don't want to cover, if you don't want to actually apply the strategy, then there's no point of reading that either. So just straight away pick any random choices and move on in MCQ. If you start with MCQs, most times MCQs will come in the end, but depends. They just randomize the order, in the order the questions appear. Yes, Ruth?
Hello?
Ruth, did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
All right.
Excuse me, Sam.
Yep,
Can you please tell me the answers again, because of the network issue I couldn't.
First one is a unique, second
Yes.
one deserves, third one is embarrassed.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Next one, I'm going to put all of you on mute, and then we'll move to the next question. All right, let's discuss this again. All right, so first one, let's see from, let me check. Sani, I'll start from you.
Question? I say question.
What is the first answer? Yep. So first one is question. That's good. Yep. Manmeet, second.
Second, in our
Second is
1 second, even if restrict a volume. No. Second one is examples.
second one is example. That's good. I was concerned that what are you saying? Last one. Mandeep, last one.
Volume.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. So first is question, second is examples, third one is knowledge. Let's read this. What is music? In one sense, this is an easy question. Even the least musical among us can a species of music when we hear them and name a few canonical examples. So write that word in your notebook. I want you to search for the meaning of canonical.
I put volume. So why volume is not correct for third one?
Okay, so if
Could be plural here. Something.
Are we talking of music volume? No.
Few examples.
So third one, volume. If our volume of music is restricted, so you don't restrict that. You restrict the knowledge. Knowledge is restricted. That is a collocation. Someone's knowledge can be restricted. That means limited. But you cannot restrict the volume. Volume is just, I know that volume, why volume has been put there. Just to intimidate, just to catch those superficial readers. Oh yeah, we are talking of music and music has volume. But look at the context. What are they talking? They're not talking of increasing or decreasing the volume.
Okay.
Volume, you know, I know that volume is an option which we may just associate that with music, but it has no relevance here.
Is there a room?
There is room. There's the water.
Okay, it's too far there. It's too far
Okay.
in. Don't plug it
Now,
in there.
I want to ask Deepak, did you get all of them correct? Deepak? Ruth?
Yes.
Yep. Ivy?
Yes.
Hitesh?
3 correct, sir.
3 correct. Manmeet?
2.
That's good. Yeah, Mandeep?
Yes, sir, all correct.
Okay, no problems at all. So I'm going to again mute you guys again, and then we will move on to the next question. Someone is too noisy again. Keep yourself unmute. So keep yourself mute if you are. All right, let's talk about this question. All right, so Pewter, I want you guys to write that in your notebook and search for the meaning later once we are done. Okay, so we'll start from Hitesh this time. Hitesh, what did you get in the first blank?
Production.
Yeah, so for the production of household and other items. So we produce items, that's the collocation. That's good. Susan, second.
I put consisting there.
Yeah, that's true.
Consisting, yeah, that is the right answer. That's definitely. So say it is an alloy consisting mostly of a tin, which can be mixed with small amounts of other metals such as copper, lead, or antimony to harden and make it more durable. You say that harden and you make it more durable. The first one is production, second consisting, third one mixed, fourth one is hardened. Do you all agree with it?
Yes.
Anyone has any doubt in this blank?
No, sir.
I think the meaning of containing and consisting.
Yeah, was very close, yes, but consisting is more common. Consisting mostly of, because you say consist of, and you have mostly sitting in the middle, so that's a collocation. Consist of something, consisting mostly of.
Hey, can we chat?
If it was in, then we would have containing, right?
That's right. If there was more, if there was no of, you could even say containing.
Is containing is
Or
right?
mostly in that case will be beginning. So you will say mostly, it is an alloy mostly containing tin which has been. But because consist of is a collocation, so that's like consisting mostly of. Those are the minor details. For a non-native speaker, we won't be able to catch those things, but you know, that's the most common way. If you read that phrase somewhere, it will go like this: if it is consisting mostly of. Because consist of is a collocation. Consist of, they catch you. These are transitive and intransitive verbs. So I want you to run some of the verbs. They always are followed up with preposition. So these are transitive and intransitive verbs. So I want you to read a little bit about transitive and intransitive verbs. Okay, so that was actually a modifier part, because here the verb is in this sentence, but the blank was in modifier part, and then modifier sometimes begins with ing form. It was very close in terms of containing, but you need to understand that consist of is a collocation. Next one is mixed, and last one was hardened. Is there any other question, please ask?
Harden and soften is verb.
That's okay. Let's look at that. Where the question is. Let's pay attention to the question. Let's say, because here harden and soften is a verb. That's right. Yeah, hard and soft is adjective, but to harden and soften, that's a verb. Yeah.
And I think looking at the collocation, like to make it more durable, you need something that is hard and strong.
If you want to make something more durable, you need to make it hard. Yeah. Harden and soften. Yeah, very, very, very close. Very good question there. Harden and soften. Yes, here they're using it as a verb. Sometimes the same part of speech can play as a different word. Some same word can play as a different part of speech. It's very common in English. That's where that gray area is, because it's just English, it's not pure science. So most times the standard rule will apply, but there would be some exceptions to that rule. And as a non-native English speaker, I'm also learning. I'm still learning it. It's so hard to learn second language, but as long as you understand the context, as long as you're able to find the meaning, that's all we need. Okay. So probably we have done at least 10 or 11 questions with the with answers, with discussion, and why not this, why not that. This is what is going to save you, save you in the exam. You have to reason your answer. If you don't reason your answer, then that means you're just merely doing a formality. So you will be easily caught in their traps. They have laid traps around your understanding. And if you don't understand the answer, you will fall into that. Okay. So for the people who are getting out of 5, if you're getting 3 and 4 correct, you are in the safe zone for 65 plus. But if you're consistently getting 1, 2 or 2, 3 correct, then you are in the unsafe zone for 65. And if you are between 1 or 2, that means you will be really struggling to your desired result for say 6 each or 65 each. And for the people who are aiming at 79 plus, we expect every time 4 or 5 out of 5. Correct.
Right.
All right. So probably I'm going to call it a day right now. So we have done 10 to 11 questions with explanations and probably if you continue to practice with this strategy and then solve all the questions, whatever is available in you will develop enough comprehension, and you will sort of know most of the answers, and then what are the things to look for. And when you look at the model answer, try to read the reasoning too. And if you do get any confusion, try to look for the meaning of the words. And if you still have any questions, feel free to discuss in the next class. Okay.
I have a question.
Thanks.
One by one. Yes, Ivy, go for it.
How many questions are there in the exam?
Very good question. 4 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other question?
And sir, I heard that like first 2, 3 are easy, and then it comes to like harder ones.
This is common way. I mean, for every exam, this is a standard way of putting those. They never give you difficult questions to begin with, but yes, be ready for anything. Mostly, you won't start with these blanks. You will start with reading and writing blanks. Most of the people are starting with reading and writing blanks, and you get at least 6 or 7 of them, or sometimes 5. Yeah. And these ones are sometimes 4, sometimes 5, but you can also expect 3 or sometimes even 6, depending on how many blanks are there. Yep. Any other question?
No, all good.
All good. So the people who watched us on live on YouTube, and some of you as well, please make sure you share this video. Some of your other friends maybe may get benefit from this, because these, whatever the questions we are doing, they're all exam questions. I don't sell this idea, but it helps you if you solve some questions which are real exam questions which has been asked before. You develop that confidence. If that's something, even that passage or something in that context comes in your next exam, you'll feel comfortable doing it. Good luck, guys. Keep working hard, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.